Hi, hello students. How are you? I hope you are all fine and safe at home. Already I have taught Geography Lesson 2. So today we can see the same Geography Lesson 2 um, remaining portions. Okay. Um, in this session we can learn about wind and waves. So in this lithosphere we are going to learn about wind and waves. Okay. So already we have taught about underground water, sea waves, wind, etc. So today we are going to study about this wind and waves. So what do you mean by wind? Listen, when air blows horizontal at or near the earth's surface is called wind. You all know what you mean by wind. Wind means when air blows horizontally at or near the earth's surface is called wind. Actually, wind will blow horizontal only, not in a vertical. So, air blows horizontally at or near the earth's surface is called wind. Okay. Next, according to this wind, there are many things happen. Erosional, transportational, depositional action of wind also happen. This is called as alien process. So when air blows horizontally at or near the earth's surface is called wind. The erosional, transportational and depositional wind action of wind is predominant in arid regions. Arid region, what do you mean by arid? Arid means dry region. This is called as alien processes. Okay. Next, these erosional landforms of wind. Already I have taught both everything erosional and depositional also will take place. In this wind, erosional landforms of wind. How due to this erosion, what are some of the erosional landforms of wind are mushroom rocks, Inselbergs and Yardens. So what are the erosional landforms of wind? They are the mushroom rocks, Inselbergs and Yardens. Now one by one below that we can learn. Now mushroom rock. In science already have learned about mushroom. What do you mean by mushroom? In Tamil we say kalan, isn't it? Next, on seeing this picture, what you understood? The topmost portion is not eroded, the bottom it is eroded. Why it is happened, do you know? Rocks are made up of hard and soft layers. When a rock's bottom is soft, the sand laden winds blow against it and wear it down. You understand? Listen, mushroom rock. What do you mean by mushroom rock? How this rock has formed? Actually, rocks means it is made up of hard or soft layers. When a rock bottom is soft, the sand laden winds blow against it and wear it down. By the constant wearing down action of the wind, the bottom gets eroded away to form a mushroom-like structure. So actually the bottom of this rock is soft layers. It has made up of soft layer. Due to soft layer, often if the air is blowing means what will happen? The bottom layer is eroded. Then it will form like as mushroom. Mushroom like structure. This is called a mushroom. What is another name for mushroom rock? Pedestal rock. Such rocks are found near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. Okay, please listen. There is one question also. What do you mean by mushroom rock? So listen carefully. Rocks are made up of hard and soft layers. When a rock's bottom is soft, the sand laden winds blow against it and wear it down. By the constant wearing down, constant means what? Continuously if the air blows means what happened? The down portion was eroded. Bottom gets eroded and it formed like a mushroom like structure. This is called a mushroom or pedestal rock. Such rocks are found near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. Next rock is the Inselberg. What do you mean by Inselberg? In German term, it means island mountain. That means it is a separate mountain. Certain hard rocks like igneous rocks are more resistant to wind action. So Inselberg, it is a separate rock. Such isolated residual hill rising abruptly from their surroundings are termed as Inselberg. What do you mean by isolated? Isolated means separated. Some rocks it is found separately. Okay, we can see this in Uluru or Arians Rock where it was found in Australia. What do you mean by Inselberg? It is an isolated residual hill. Okay. In German term, it means an island mountain. Okay. Certain hard rocks like igneous rocks are more resistant to wind action. Such isolated residual hills rising abruptly from their surroundings are termed as Inselberg. On seeing this picture itself, you can clearly understand how this rocks was formed. Next one is the Yarden. What do you mean by Yarden? What you can see in this picture, it is like an irregular form, isn't it? Mostly this Yarden will formed in the dry region, in the desert region only we can see this. Okay, in arid region, certain rocks have hard and soft layers arranged vertically. How it was arranged? It was arranged vertically. When wind blow over these rocks, the soft layer get eroded, leveling irregular crescent. How it was formed? The landform is like a irregular. These are called yardens. Okay, please listen. What do you mean by yarden? In arid region, arid means dry region, certain rocks have hard and soft layers arranged vertically. So in this region, when wind blow over these rocks, the soft layer get eroded. Okay, actually hard layer will be remaining there, the soft layer get eroded, leaving irregular crescent. These are called yardens. Okay students, next one, depositional landforms of wind. What are the depositional landforms of wind? Can you say? See, some of the depositional landforms are sand dunes, breccians and losses. So listen, what are the depositional landforms of wind? Some of the depositional landforms are sand dunes, breccians and losses. So one by one we can learn about this in a detail. First one, sand dune. In Tamil we will say Manal Medu. Okay. On seeing this picture also you can find how it is. Mostly this sand dune will we can see in the desert area. Why means there are no plant or no trees or anything. When the wind blows strong, the sand dunes will form. So in desert during sandstorm, wind carry loads of sand. Along with the wind, what also carried? The sand also carried. So when the speed of the wind decreases, huge amount of sand get deposited. Actually, from one place to another place, along with the wind, what also moving? The sand also carrying by the wind. At the same time, when the speed of the wind decreases, huge amount of sand gets deposited. These mounds or hills of sands are called sand dunes. Okay, so mostly the sand dunes where you can see in the desert region. How it is formed means when the speed of the wind decreases, at the time huge amount of sand get deposited in one particular place. So these mounds or hills or sands are called as sand dunes. Next one is there are different types of sand dunes. Okay, listen, what are the different types of sand dunes? Breccian, transverse dunes, longitudinal dunes, losses. What are the different types of sand dunes? Listen, Breccian, transverse dunes, longitudinal dunes and losses. Okay, about this different types of sand dunes you are going to learn in detail. See, types of sand dunes. From this we can understand Breccian dunes, transverse dunes, types of sand dunes. Here we can see in this picture different types of sand dunes. What are they? Breccian dunes, transverse dunes. Breccian dunes becomes transverse dunes, linear dunes, parabolic dunes and star dunes. These are the different types of sand dunes. Next one, Brachen. What do you mean by Brachen? Or isolated crescent shaped sand dunes. Isolated, separated. Okay? Crescent means half moon shaped sand dunes. On seeing this picture itself, you can understand. Brachen or isolated crescent shaped sand dunes. They have gently slopes on the windward side and steep slopes on the leeward side. What do you mean by this? They have gently slopes on the wind. If the wind blows continuously, it will have the slope, and steep slopes. The slope will be very steep on the opposite side of the wind. Wind blowing. If the wind is blow means there are gentle slope on the windward side and steep slopes on the leeward side. So please listen. What do you mean by Brachen? Brachen are isolated crescent-shaped sand dunes. They have gentle slopes on the windward side and steep slopes on the leeward side. Okay. Next one, transverse dunes. What do you mean by transverse dunes? On seeing this picture, what do you understand? Like an irregular shape, isn't it? It is not in a correct manner. So transverse dunes are asymmetrical in shape, not arranged properly. What do you mean by asymmetrical? Asymmetrical means it is not in a proper shape. So what do you mean by transverse dunes? Transverse dunes are asymmetrical in shape. They are formed by alternate slow and fast winds that blow from the same direction. So they are formed. How these transverse dunes are formed? They are formed by alternate slow and fast wind that blow from the same direction, not from different direction. The wind is blowing from the same direction. So they are formed by alternate slow and fast wind. Did you understand? Once again, I am saying what is transverse dunes. Transverse dunes are asymmetrical in shape. What do you mean by asymmetrical? Not in a correct manner. It is in a irregular shape. They are formed by alternate slow and fast wind that blow from the same direction. Okay. Next one is the longitudinal dunes. What is the another name for this longitudinal dunes? Sheaf dunes. Okay, students. What do you mean by longitudinal dune? Longitudinal means this soil is, we can find in a long narrow ridge of sand. It will be like a line, isn't it? From the picture itself you can understand. So this mostly we can see in the desert region only. So longitudinal dunes is also called as sheaf dunes. Longitudinal dunes are long narrow ridge of sand which extend in a direction parallel to the prevailing wind. So while the wind has blown, that direction itself, it will be formed like a long narrow ridge of sand. Okay, what do you mean by longitudinal dunes? Longitudinal dunes are long narrow ridge of sand. Okay, which extend direction parallel to the prevailing wind. These dunes are called sheafs in Sahara also. So mostly which place you can see this? In Sahara Desert. Next one is the loess. So what do you mean by this loess? The term loess refers to the deposit of fine slit and porous sand over a vast region. Okay, listen, what do you mean by loess? Loess means a fine slit and porous sand over a vast region. More places we can see this loess. Okay, extensive loess deposits are found in northern and western China, the Pampas of Argentina in Ukraine, and in the Mississippi Valley of the United States. Please listen. What do you mean by loess? The term loess refers to the deposit of fine slit and porous sand. Minute sand, it will be like a fine sand over a vast region. So where you can see all these losses means it was found in northern and western China, the Pampas of Argentina, in Ukraine, and in the Mississippi Valley of the United States. Okay. Next one is the wave. You all seen wave, isn't it? You all have the experience. You all seen the wave. Where you can find this wave? On the sea. How this wave is formed? What do you mean by wave? What is called wave? The up and down movement of surface water are called waves. Okay. What is called wave? The up and down movement of surface water are called waves. So, sea waves are the most powerful agent of gradation, and their erosional, transportational and depositional processes are confined to a very narrow belt along coastal areas. So, where you can see these waves? Near the coastal area, near the seashore. Okay, listen, wave. Wave means what? What do you mean by wave? Wave means steady up and down movement of surface water are called waves. Sea waves are the most powerful agent of gradation, and their erosional, transportational and depositional processes are confined to a very narrow belt along coastal areas. So, erosional landforms of waves, depositional landforms of waves, we are going to study. What are the help of erosional landforms of waves, what are these? We can say that some of the erosional landforms of sea waves are sea cliff, sea cave, sea arc, sea stack, wave cut platform. So, what are the erosional landforms of sea waves? The erosional landforms of sea waves are sea cliff, sea cave, sea arc, sea stack, wave cut platform. So, one by one about this detail we can learn. First one is the sea cliff. What do you mean by this sea cliff? On seeing this picture, what you understood? Like a rock, isn't it? Sea cliffs are steep rock faces formed when sea waves dash against them. So, these rocks get eroded to form steep vertical walls. So, it is like a rock. The sea cliffs are steep rock faces formed when sea waves dash against them. It will be like a steep rock. Okay, what do you mean by sea cliff? Sea cliffs are steep rocks faces formed when sea waves dash against them. The rock get eroded to form steep vertical walls. So, it will be like a vertical wall-like structure. Next one is the sea cave. So, often if the sea water was dashed this rock, prolonged wave attack on the base of the cliff erode rock material which result in the formation of caves. What do you mean by sea cave? Sea cave means often when the wave was dashed on this base of the cliff, it will be eroded. It was get eroded, the rock material, and what was formed? Caves was formed. Okay. Next one is the sea arc. On seeing this picture, what you understand? It is like a arc. Arc means what? It is like a valve, isn't it? Here, when two caves approach one another from either side of a headland and unite, they form an arc. Example, Nile Island, Andaman and Nicobar, where you can see this sea arc. You can see in Nile Island and Andaman and Nicobar Island. So, when two caves approach one another from either side of a headland and unite, they form an arc. Okay, students, what do you mean by sea arc? That means two caves are formed either side of headland and unite, and they are joined together. Next, sea stack. What do you mean by this stack? It is like in Tamil we will say thoon. Okay. On seeing this picture, what do you understand? old man was standing like that. So how this sea stack has formed? Further, here erosion by waves ultimately leads to the total collapse of the arc. What happened? At first this arc was formed, isn't it? That arc was eroded. Further, it was continuously, if the waves was going, it is eroded. At that time, what happened? It will be like a pillar. So the seaward portion of the headland will remain as a pillar of rock known as stack. Okay. Example, the old man of Hoy in Scotland. So where you can see this is in Scotland. So sea stack, what do you mean by sea stack? That a cave was eroded. The arc, at first we have found this in the sea cave, that it was often, if the sea water was continuously dashed, means what will happen? It was eroded and it will be like a pillar. Okay, known as pillar of rock, known as stack. Further, so once again I am saying, what do you mean by sea stack? Further erosion by waves ultimately lead to the total collapse of the arc. The seaward portion of the headland will remain as a pillar of rock known as stack. Okay. For example, we can say this is the old man of Hoy in Scotland. Next one is the wave cut platforms. What do you mean by platform? Platforms means what? It is a flat surface, isn't it? We say nadaipathai. Okay, flat surface found at the foot of sea cliff are called as wave cut platforms. So mostly, where you can see this wave platforms means on the foot of the sea cliffs. Okay, flat surface found at the foot of sea cliff are called as wave cut platforms. So wave cut platform is also referred as wave cut benches or benches terrace. On seeing this picture, what you understood? It is happening in the seashore, isn't it? Flat surface found at the foot of the sea cliffs are called as wave cut platform. Wave cut platform is also referred as wave cut benches terrace. What is another name for wave cut platforms? Listen, wave cut benches terrace. Okay. Next one. On seeing this picture, what do you understand? This is the cliff, isn't it? Cliff, area of cliff precisions, wave cut platform. From the sea, near the cliff, what was formed? Wave cut platform. Next one is the depositional landforms of waves. Okay, students, please listen. Already we have learned about the erosional landforms of waves. What are the erosional landforms of waves? Sea cliffs, sea cave, sea arc, sea stack and wave cut platform. Next, we are going to study about the depositional landforms of waves. Depositional. What is the meaning of depositional? Where this was deposited. Depositional means padivam. Okay, under this also, 3 subheadings are also there. So, we can study about detail depositional landforms of waves. With the help of waves, how this deposition has happened. So, what are the different types of depositional landforms of waves? Beach, bar, split. Okay, beach, bar, split. Please listen. What are the different depositional landforms of waves? The different depositional landforms of waves are beach, bar, split. So, one by one we can learn about it in detail. What do you mean by beach? You all know beach. Beach means what? In Tamil we will say Kadakare, isn't it? So, what you can see in the beach? More sand, isn't it? So, beach. What do you mean by beach? Sand and gravel are moved and deposited. What we can see? More sand and gravel by waves along the shore to form beaches. This is the most dominant and constructive work of the sea. So, which is the most important portion of the sea means it is the beach. How this beach was formed means because of the waves only. waves or continuous waves was there, means what happened? The sand and the gravel are moved and deposited by waves along the shore to form beaches. This is the most dominant and constructive work of the sea. So example, we can see in Chennai, which is the most important beach in Chennai. You all know the famous beach in Chennai is Marina Beach. Like that, in Mumbai, Juhu Beach, and in Odisha, Puri Beach. Okay, listen, what do you mean by beach? Sand and gravel are moved and deposited by waves along the shore to form beaches. This is the most dominant and constructive work of the sea. So, example, Juhu Beach along Mumbai coast, Puri Beach in Odisha, and Marina Beach in Chennai. Okay. Next one is the bar. On seeing this, what you understand? Please listen. On seeing the picture, what you have understood? Bar. What do you mean by bar? In Tamil, we will say manal thittu. Okay. So, a bar is an elongated deposit of sand, shingle or mud found in the sea, almost parallel to the shoreline. We can see this bar along the shore, along the seashore. A bar is an elongated deposit of sand, shingle or mud found in the sea, almost parallel to the shoreline. So, this bar is an elongated means long, isn't it? It was deposit of, in this water means sand was deposit or mud. We can find this near the seashore. And last one is the spit. What do you mean by spit? It is the rigid or embankment of sediment attachment to the land on one end and terminating in open water on the other end. So, spit means what? In Tamil we will say neenda manal thittu. Okay, it was a rigid or embankment of sediment rock, more sediment rock also deposited here to the land on one end and terminating in open water on the other end. One end it is on the seashore and another end on the inside the sea. So it will be it is like a embankment of sediment rock attached to the land on one end and terminating, and another end was on the water. So spit are common at the mouth of estuaries. So what do you mean by spit? Spit is a rigid or embankment of sediment attached to the land on one end and terminating in open water on the other end. Spits are common at the mouth of estuaries. Estuaries means near where the sea water, river water and the sea water was joined. That place only called as, for example, Kakinad spit. Where you can see it is in Andhra Pradesh. Sorry, it is in Andhra. Okay, Andhra Pradesh. You can see this spit, this type of spit, that is in Kakinad Nada spit. So once again I am saying, what do you mean by spit? Spit is a rigid or embankment of sediment attached to the land on one end and terminating in open water on the other end. Spits are common at the mouth of estuaries. Example, Kakinada spit. This is in Andhra Pradesh. Okay. So already first lesson I have taught and second lesson also I have taught. This both the lesson. The next class I will give the exercise. So please learn well. Thank you, students.